comes to growing healthy, beautiful flowers, the very first thing you need to focus on is taking care of the roots. Once those roots are strong and well established, you'll soon see your flowers thriving and your pot overflowing with gorgeous blooms. Trust me, it's just a matter of time. Roots need a bit of water stress to really get going. When the soil dries out, it encourages the plant to push its roots deeper and grow stronger. So, don't keep the soil constantly moist. It's important to let it dry out between waterings, creating that cycle of wet and dry that stimulates root growth. Roots also need nutrients.
But here's the thing, don't apply fertilizer directly to the roots. It's crucial to leave some space between the fertilizer and the root system, allowing the plant to grow its roots and find those nutrients naturally. It's like giving the plant a chance to stretch its legs and explore. Did all of that sink in? Make sure to follow me for even more awesome daily tips on gardening and plant care. You won't want to miss it.
If you're not sure which indoor plant to choose, why not go for a camellia? It's great at absorbing harmful substances in the air and purifying it. Camellias have a long blooming season, usually from November to May of the following year, with peak bloom from January to March. When they bloom, the whole room fills with their delicate fragrance. Camellias love plenty of sunlight but should be kept out of direct, intense rays. The best way to water camellias is by soaking them. Simply immerse the entire pot in water, allowing the roots to absorb moisture thoroughly. Remember to add 2 tablespoons of ferrous sulfate to the water during soaking and occasionally when watering to effectively prevent problems like yellowing leaves, leaf drop, and poor blooming. Since camellias are acid-loving plants, they thrive when properly fed with nutrients, which promotes healthy growth and blooming. Got it? Make sure to follow me for more daily tips on caring for your indoor plants. The philodendron Birkin is a tropical plant belonging to the Araceae family. Thrives in humid, warm environments, but is sensitive to cold and harsh sunlight. To keep it healthy, follow these 5 care essentials. Soil. This plant isn't fussy about soil. Use a well-draining potting mix to prevent waterlogging. Temperature. It prefers warmth 64 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Temperatures below 50 degrees Fahrenheit will stunt its growth. Watering. It craves consistent moisture, keep the soil evenly moist, and never let it dry out completely. Light. It prefers a semi-shaded environment and does not need direct sunlight. Place it in a bright, well-ventilated area with indirect light. Fertilizing. Feed regularly during the growing season. Apply a balanced liquid fertilizer 2 to 3 times per month. Got it? Follow me for more indoor gardening tips. What flower smells better than perfume and is easier to care for than a spider plant? It's the Syzygium buxifolium. If there's smoking in the house, you must have one. It's good at absorbing harmful substances in the air and purifying it. With a long flowering period, its delicate fragrance can be enjoyed throughout the house when it blooms, and even the best perfumes may not compare to its scent. Its deep green leaves have a unique and beautiful shape. Placing it in the living room not only adds exquisite beauty, but it's also very easy to care for. It's not afraid of the cold in winter or the heat in summer, staying green all year round. Just water it once a week to maintain the right level of humidity. Having the Syzygium buxifolium at home symbolizes that everything will be all right. It doesn't require special lighting conditions either, just a few hours of indirect sunlight each day, making it particularly suitable for indoor placement. Follow me for more daily tips on indoor planting.
The secret to a blooming Kalanchoe blossfeldiana revealed. Learn these tips and enjoy flowers for 100 days. Have you ever envied someone else's Kalanchoe that blooms profusely with an incredibly long flowering period? Master these few tricks, and you'll be a flower-growing pro in no time. Plenty of sunlight. Kalanchoe loves sunlight, so make sure it gets at least 4 hours of light a day to keep the flowers blooming nonstop. However, avoid direct, strong sunlight in summer. So only water when the soil is completely dry. Water thoroughly to avoid root rot, but ensure there's no water left in the saucer before the flowering period. Increase the phosphorus and potassium fertilizer for even more vibrant blooms. After the flowers fade, Trim off the dead blooms to encourage branching. This helps keep the flowers coming and guarantees a pot full of blossoms. Remember these simple tips, and you'll easily grow a kalanchoe that blooms abundantly for 100 days, bringing continuous good fortune. When it comes to growing flowers and plants, some herbaceous plants are especially popular. Take the Hydrocotyla verticillata for example. It can be grown both in water or soil, stays green all year round, and has upright leaves. Each of its leaves looks like a coin, so it's often kept in homes as a symbol of wealth and prosperity. To ensure your moneywort thrives, there are 4 key things to keep in mind to make sure it grows lush and healthy. 1. Trim all the branches and even the leaves from the entire pot to encourage new growth. This will help stimulate the plant's growth speed. 2. Moneywort grows quickly, so it has a high demand for nutrients. Be sure to add fertilizer to support its rapid growth. 3. Moneywort loves water, so make sure to water it regularly. If you're growing it hydroponically, you can add fresh water to the container every week or so. 4. Growing moneywort in soil tends to be more effective than in water, as the roots are embedded in the soil and receive more nutrients, leading to stronger growth. Got it?
Here's how to take care of 10 flower pots with a bit of baking soda. Uses of baking soda in gardening. If you have trouble remembering, be sure to like and save this information so you can find it later. 1. Mix 5 grams of baking soda with 1 liter of water and spray it on your flowers once a week. The leaves will become lush and the plants will grow more vigorously. 2. Combine 5 grams of baking soda, 5 milliliters of white vinegar, and 500 milliliters of water. Shake well and spray the flowers. This will keep your pots free from pests. 3. Mix 25 grams of baking soda with 1 gram of sugar in 1 liter of water and spray it on your plants. This will help prevent powdery mildew, gray mold, and anthracnose. 4. Dissolve 1 gram of baking soda in 200 milliliters of water and apply it a few times before your hydrangeas bloom. The flowers will be more vibrant. Got it? Follow me for more daily tips on indoor gardening.
How do you care for a peace lily to ensure it keeps blooming, its leaves stay lush and green, and doesn't turn yellow? Well, you need to know what it likes and dislikes. First, it prefers shade and is sensitive to direct sunlight. Excessive sun exposure can scorch the leaves, causing them to dry out and turn yellow. Therefore, it should be placed in a well-ventilated, bright location. Second, it enjoys moisture and is afraid of dryness. Peace lilies have high water requirements, so the soil should be kept consistently moist. Water when the top of the soil feels dry, and if the indoor air is dry, you can mist the leaves to maintain humidity. Third, it likes fertilizer but is sensitive to chemical fertilizers. During the active growing season in spring, you should fertilize it 2 to 3 times a month with a specialized peace lily nutrient solution. Keep these 3 preferences and avoidances in mind, and your peace lily will thrive year-round, with lush foliage and continuous blooms. Follow me for more daily indoor planting tips. If you're only going to grow one type of succulent, then I absolutely recommend choosing the mountain rose. Trust me, it's like the superstar of the succulent world. With its stunning, rose-like shape, the leaves are layered in such a way that they wrap around each other, giving it this beautiful, almost magical appearance, like a rosebud just waiting to bloom. And when it's in its prime, this little gem will turn a gorgeous soft pink, almost as if it's made of a translucent pink crystal. But here's the best part. It's a total lifesaver for beginners and even for those of us who might not have the greenest thumbs. Even if you accidentally neglect it and it ends up looking all wrinkled and sad, as long as it gets plenty of sunlight and there's a noticeable temperature shift, it'll quickly perk up and return to its beautiful, vibrant self. In fact, it's one of the easiest succulents to grow, and you'll have no trouble filling up a pot with this beauty. So, if you're into indoor plants, be sure to follow me. I share tons of tips like this every day. Now that it's spring, you definitely need to plant this bare sunflower. Its fluffy flowers are incredibly cute. It blooms with multiple heads, producing a large number of flowers and a long blooming period. After the flowers fade, it even produces seeds. If you like it, click the bottom left to buy. How to turn one pothose plant into multiple pots. First, choose healthy, sturdy stems and trim them off. Cut the long stems into sections, each with one node and one leaf, and make the cuts at a 45-degree angle. Use loose, well-draining nutrient soil for the cuttings, with a depth of about 3 to 5 centimeters. When planting the cuttings, make sure the nodes are not exposed to avoid Did all of that sink in?
Plant to choose, why not go for a camellia? It's great at absorbing harmful substances in the air and purifying it. Camellias have a long blooming season, usually from November to May of the following year, with peak bloom from January to March. When they bloom, the whole room fills with their delicate fragrance. Camellias love plenty of sunlight but should be kept out of direct, intense rays. The best way to water camellias is by soaking them. Simply immerse the entire pot in water, allowing the roots to absorb moisture thoroughly. Remember to add 2 tablespoons of ferrous sulfate to the water during soaking and occasionally when watering to effectively prevent problems like yellowing leaves, leaf drop, and poor blooming. Since camellias are acid-loving plants, they thrive when properly fed with nutrients, which promotes healthy growth and blooming. Got it? Make sure to follow me for more daily tips on caring for your indoor plants. The philodendron birkin is a tropical plant belonging to the Araceae family. Thrives in humid
To death. The better the sunlight, the more and more fragrant the flowers will be. Second, it loves water. How much does jasmine love water? There will be no problem watering it every day. Especially in summer, the water evaporates quickly. Once it lacks water, the leaves will turn yellow and fall off, and the flower buds will wither before they can open. Water it once in the morning and once in the evening